Hello, and welcome back to Beering in Mind Beer Reviews. And today we're going to take a look at another beer made by Coedo, and that is Coedo Ruri, which is a pilsner, and this is a 5%er. The word Ruri is used to denote a kind of deep blue color, like the color of lapis stone. There was an old pop song by Matsuda Seiko involving the word Ruri, and so the idea is kind of a blue clearness. And this beer is a 5%er again. On RateBeer it has 113 ratings for an average of 2.85, and of all beers on RateBeer it's in the 28th percentile, and for pilsners it's in the 46th percentile. And so not terribly high. Pilsners, of course, would have a lot of competition, I think, here. Coedo started as an organic farm in the 1970s, and they were intrigued by the local area, Kawagoe area, which is in Saitama, kind of rural, where the Tokyo metropolitan area kind of ends and the rural area begins. And they noticed that the local farmers were growing barley, but not harvesting it for any purpose except to feed or to use as fertilizer, and so plowing it back into the land. And they wondered, because they use this barley to brew beer with, and so they began the idea with that. There's no independent malting industry in Japan, and so they wondered whether they could do malting by themselves here. Eventually they gave up that idea and started making beer without that local barley here. The first beer came out in 1996, and maybe it's one of their most famous. It's called Beniaka, which is made from a sweet potato. And we will look at that one a little later on. In 1997, they asked a German Braumeister to come over and help them, and he actually stayed for 5 years and worked with them. So they do make some, I would say, distinctively German styles. So this is Ruri by Coedo Brewery, a pilsner. Let's give it a go. Okay, so it pours out here very clear, bright gold color, and very mild, tiny carbonation floating up. Here, a couple fingers of white foamy head. And the aroma, it's kind of sweetish, malty. Definitely some kind of bready malt. Maybe noble hops, German noble hops. It has a very malty, bready kind of flavor. The ingredients are malt and hop only. Okay, nothing else added to it. Bready, light fruitiness, touch of sourness and leading into bitterness in mid-palate, and finish is fairly clean. This is okay. Not a great pilsner, but very drinkable. A little bit fruity, and because of that, not quite as refreshing as many pilsners might be. So, Coedo does export quite a bit around the world. You can go on their website and see more about their beers. Again, this is Coedo Ruri Pilsner, made by Coedo Company in Kawagoe, Saitama. That's it for today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.